Hello everybody, how's it going? I'm Ra-Vespillo, and I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I have been thinking a lot about Titanfall 2 these past couple of days, and sat down over the weekend with Frothy and just kind of had a general Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? Had a general discussion just about stuff. And one of the main, oh god, I missed that jump badly. One of the main things that we kind of agreed on is that essentially Respawn didn't have data for the Smart Pistol. And they didn't have data because we as a community essentially agreed that, hey, this gun's a piece of shit, we don't like it, therefore we're not going to use it. And we did that pretty much as a whole. You know, it was not exactly like we sat there and talked about it, but we hated the Smart Pistol, and so we were like, we're just not going to use it. This gun sucks. It's against the design philosophy of, you know, first-person shooters. It's antithetical to the spirit of them, and so we're just not going to use this shitty gun. And we didn't. And essentially what that ended up doing is it denied Respawn information. And that is information about the Smart Pistol and how good it was. Because it was actually like really, really, really fucking overpowered. And in the right hands, it could do devastating damage. And we really all figured that out, and it was all, oh my god, dude. Fuck that. It was all super overpowered. And we all knew that. But we didn't give Respawn any good data on it because we simply didn't use the weapon. We didn't use it to its full potential. We didn't go out and, you know, abuse it and go 101 in public game. Why is he not fucking dead, dude? Which we should have done. We should have abused it. We should have used the shit out of it to prove, hey, this gun is poorly designed, it's overpowered, it needs a nerf. And all we had to do was use it, crush some kids, and in the first couple of months of Titanfall, the gun would have been nerfed into oblivion. Because it just would have shit on everything else. And it's just an unfair weapon. So it was really our fault as a community in a sense, because how else was Respawn supposed to know how broken we all knew the gun was? But how were they supposed to know that it was a broken weapon if literally the only people who used it were terrible players? And really the only thing I can think of is they wouldn't have known. Because when they go and look at the mass data, they hear the complaints. I mean, obviously the complaints get to them. They understand that people don't like the Smart Pistol, but they feel like it's a vocal minority, not a huge amount of people. Because when they go to look at the data says, well, this gun's not that overpowered. People are using it and they're going negative and shit. So it's like, why would we fix a gun that doesn't, but that the data's not saying is broken, essentially, is what my main point is. And I think that was kind of a bad idea as a community. Like, we shouldn't have done that. We should have used it, abused it, broken it. We should have put it through the ringers. We should have fucked that gun 6 ways to Sunday until everybody hated it and Respawn had valid data to go back and say, okay, yeah, we can see why you're saying this gun is broken because the people who are using it are going like 15-0 every goddamn game. So that way it made sense. The complaints lined up with the reality of the situation, because as it was, the complaints just didn't line up. It was a bunch of bad players using the Smart Pistol, and so that basically needs to change. We need to understand that when we complain about something, that it's got to be backed up by the data that Respawn sees. Otherwise, why would they change it? They really can't change it. There's no reason for them to change it just based on a couple complaints. Where the fuck did he go? So, I say for things like the Smart Core that are going to be in Titanfall 2, the things that are shitty, the things that are overpowered, we find and we shove them down people's throats until there's so much complaining and actual evidence to back up the fact that we hate them and that we think they're overpowered, that there's no choice left but to change them. God damn it. I am lagging really badly all of a sudden. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And that's basically the way we get the shit changed that we want changed. Is that we have to break them. We have to force them down people's throat. And we have to make sure that they're completely hated. And I'm pretty sure for the first month of this game, Titanfall 2, I will be using Legion almost exclusively until he gets fixed. Because I don't want to play with a Legion character. And the only way that I can think of to get him fixed is to do the damage, is to do the work, is to get him broken and get the whole community to hate him and be like, you know what, if you hate me going 30-1 with this fucking smart core, tweet at Respawn. They will fix it because they listen. It's not like they don't listen. They get all the data. They hear you guys. When everybody complained about the movement, they're working to change it. When everybody complained about the Titan timers, they changed it. But until they have good data to back up those complaints, nothing's really going to get done. And they have no reason to do anything about it. I've been shooting that guy in the fucking side and slash back the entire goddamn game. Waffle, you're using fucking satchels, dude? I guess this is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, it's too late for Titanfall, so you shouldn't be using fucking satchels and smart pistols. If you do, you're kind of shitty. Waffle, you motherfucker. Hate you. But for the new game, when the developers are listening the hardest and want the most feedback, we need to give them the most feedback. And we can't just have the top players in the game refusing to use a weapon because they don't like it, because otherwise it's not going to get changed, like I said. So I think that's like the new mission for Titanfall 2, is to find out what's broken, use it, make sure everybody hates it, not just a small group of players. And if there is a smart pistol, fucking use the goddamn smart pistol. I mean, if that's what we have to do to finally get rid of it, I say that's a good compromise, is use it for a couple months, break it, show how shitty a gun it is, and then be done with it. Plus, can't you just use a... I don't understand how the amp system works now. Can't you just use a gun for a little while, and then once it's like once you have pistols available or amped weapons available, can you not just change? Because it seems like you can change your loadout at any point in the game. I don't know if you have to wait till respawn. I don't know all these things. So that's just what we have to do. Use the shitty weapons until they're out of the game. And then what we will be left with is a nice, balanced, even game that has been fixed. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy.